Hello again, YouTube. Right, let's just check we've got a mic working, which we have. And start the Garmin's. Well, how are we all? I'm just doing a quick spin around one of my favourite circuits this morning, which I thought I'd share. The Muckle Yin in Scotland. So that's the Zwift Scotland course. And I really like this particular course because it's got a bit of everything. Two shakes. I just need to resize one of my windows over here. Right, that's better. Couldn't see my gear controls. So yeah, oh, that's a ropey start, isn't it? So yeah, Muckle Yin in Scotland. Really like this one. Couple of decent climbs in it. Some sprinty bits towards the end. So on the training plan today is this, followed by a half hour on the treadmill. If you've been following my progress, I've kind of reached that bit in the training plan where the focus changes from burning fat to getting fit. So weight this morning, 97 kilos. Happy enough with that. So I always said 100 kilos was the threshold. Below 100 kilos, I'd stop doing the long, slow stuff and start beating myself up a little bit. So I've had a relatively good week, training-wise. The only thing I think I've been missing is I normally do get a midweek-ish road ride in, but that didn't happen for various reasons this week. One of them was it was peeing down and blowing a gale. And as we're on the Scotland course, I'd just like to say my thoughts genuinely are with everyone in Scotland at the moment. Getting a beating from Storm Babette. That looks bloody awful. But knowing a couple of Scots and working with a Scot, you guys are made of stern stuff, so yeah, not a lot of fun though. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I didn't get out midweek. But having said that, I did put in a 3-hour turn on Zwift, which included a full Road to Sky course and both sides of the jungle climb. So I think I came in at 2:45, something like that, for those. Happy enough with that. So yeah, the Muckle Yin in Scotland. There's kind of something for everyone here. There's a sprint early on, then a big hill, then more sprints, and another big hill. And then when you get back towards Glasgow, you get into the crit circuit. And that's genuinely fun. So I'm tracking my workout this morning on two Garmin's. I started doing that just out of interest to see if they agreed with each other. I've got the Edge 810 down on the tri-bars there, and a 945 on the wrist. And normally these two are really synced up, but this morning the Edge 810 wants me to go threshold, and the 945 wants me to go base. Which is interesting. About the first time I've ever known them really disagree like that. Right, here we go. We're now into the loop. Now, if you're new to Zwift, looking at the panels of data, at the top, on the left, you can see the power I'm putting out, my cadence, my heart rate, and the gear I'm in. To the right of that is a little round thing with a feather in it at the moment. That's a power up. So the game will give you randomly, when you go under various arches, it will give you a little virtual bonus you can use in game. That one there makes you lighter for 30 seconds. So it's really good for a sprint, really good for a hill. And what I could have done way back as we went under the start finish arch, if I'd used that up before I went under the arch, Zwift would have given me another one randomly. But I know there's a sprint coming up, and that featherweight is worth more to me in the sprint than potentially trading it for something I don't want. Right, okay. Now this isn't a sprint, but I always try and have it up here. Bear with. Oh, lordy. Now you see, putting in that effort there was a stupid move, because we're not that far away from a timed sprint. There'll be slightly less talking until we get there. Spin those legs. Whoa. That'll do. PR. So I dropped the featherweight power up there. Undoubtedly helped me. Now, steady spin. So back to the data on screen. Center top of the screen. Everything you need to know about the route. Your current speed. Kilometers you've covered. How much ascent you've done. The elapsed time. And then below that, the course that you're riding, with a progress bar to show you how much of the course you've covered, and that's confirmed in numbers over on the right hand side. Next panel at the top. Oh, there we go. That'll do as well. Next panel at the top is just like a route map, a bit like a GPS display. So the on the road, the orange arrowhead is me. The blue spots, blue and white spots are other riders. And then over on the right hand side of the screen, the stats for the other riders. So yeah, like I say, 97 kilos now. That is something like 44 kilos down. Sorry, but on the fly I can't convert that into pounds for our American friends. Now I'm kind of robbing myself as well, because in Zwift I think I've still got my rider weight as probably 98 kilos, and every kilo matters. So what I'm doing here, I'm just letting the heart rate come down again, because I'm kind of doing my own threshold thing. So the sprint back there was the first effort. You can see we're headed for the mountain now, the Sgur summit. That'll be another longer effort. And here we go. Now I do have a drafting power up available to me. Let's use that, because apparently I used it on my previous PB. In this point, right, so you can see my PB previous time gradually catching up with me. That's the grey box below my time. I've also got the holographic rider on the road behind me. One second up. Keep the power on. Bearing in mind I've got to do a run after this. A little short, sharp, punchy climb coming up. I'm going to spin it. Whoa, Lord. The old webcam struggling to get me in focus. You'll just have to oh, Lord. That out of focus me is a bit like how I feel. If you're looking for a live streaming webcam, Anchor, PowerConf C200, don't, would be my advice. There seem to be a lot of people promoting it on YouTube, but you give it any lighting condition that's suboptimal from its point of view, and this is what you get. Right, what's that? 9 seconds off. I'll take that. Okay. another recovery. And as you can see, I got a power up for that. So I've got another featherweight power up available when I need it. I've got to say that soft focus effect from the camera is quite flattering. If you're finding that distracting, let me know and I'll turn the camera off. In fact, whilst we're on the descent, let me try that. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's leave it off and you can have the audio. Again, as we're going under the arch here, I could dump that featherweight and get another power up, but personally the featherweight is one of my preferred power ups. So if I'm going to keep one, it would be that. So again, just taking this as a bit of an extended recovery after the big hill. Get some fluid on. What I'll do is when there's a little bit more daylight, I'll try turning the webcam back on. I have got a fill light in front of me, and maybe that's confusing it, but yeah, like I say, these PowerConf C200s really bad in my opinion. And there's I saw a lot of good YouTube reviews, which makes you wonder. Having said that, it's probably half the cost of a Brio or something. But like a wise man once said, buy cheap, buy twice. Right, another little effort coming up here. Take it down to about 14 and spin it. Fully seated. And over the top. I think there's the reverse sprint coming up soon. Now, again, if you're unfamiliar with Zwift, I'm running the app on my Apple Mac Mini, and I'm running a companion app on my phone. And the companion app allows me to control the game. And let's be straight about this. This is a game. Even Zwift refer to it as a game. But for me, it's just a properly immersive workout. So when I'm ready to dump that featherweight, I'll just hit the icon on my phone on the companion app, and it'll do the rest for me. Here we go. Right, let's get that going. Come on. Oh, God. Feeling it. Oh, right. Recovery. Well, this is certainly a good warm-up for a run. Take some gears off for this little drag. Still recovering a bit. Cadence is your friend. Ish. Right, now you can see the pain. Back down the little rise that just punished us. Spin, spin, spin. 3 more segments to go. Segur Summit South, Clydesdale Kicker, and the Champion Sprint. $7.1k remaining. 16 covered. Going slightly out of focus again. Ah, that's distracting, isn't it? Camera's going off. Yeah, sorry, there's not much talking going on today. Probably a bad idea to live stream when you're planning on beating yourself up. In other news, you might have seen a post from me with a picture of a group set. 105 R7000. That's going on the Damani today. Not that there's anything wrong with the 105 Tiagra hybrid that it's wearing at the moment. It's just, I think that 105 R7000 group set is just the nuts. Absolutely love it. And I've got it on the Planet X, which I've been riding a lot. So I thought, you know, I'm going to take the Damani 11 speed as well. Right, rest of that story coming after this climb. Oh. Oh God, feeling it. Oh man. Yes, that'll do. Top 10 as well. Not that many people have been up it this morning. Oh, should we try the camera again? There we go. Right, let's spin down here. Get some recovery going. Because when we hit the town, or the city, it's going to be fun and games. Fine city, Glasgow. Worked there quite a bit a good few years back. Happy memories of Glasgow. Right. Heart rate nearly recovered. So there's a wee drag up to the turn-in for the city proper here. Keeping the power on. Little recovery. $2.4k left. And a couple of decently challenging KOM sections. First of those, Clydesdale kicker. Short and sharp. and it's coming just after this bend. I want to be about 15 or 14 on the gears. Right, let's dump that. Don't be tempted to shift up here. Spin into this. And if it hurts, you're doing it right. Oh. Recover again. No, I don't actually. I've got it set 50%. Morning, Mike. And to answer that first question, in terms of your own PRs, if you leave your resistance setting 50, half 100. If you leave your resistance setting where it is, yep, 50. You're listening. Thanks, Mike. So yeah, if you leave your resistance set where it is, Zwift will, your PRs against your own PRs are always going to be relative. So, Newey reverse. What resistance setting are you using? Here we go. Oh. Chapeau. How many watts was that? Oh. Yeah, Mike, to answer your question, probably 5 kilos down since the last time I live streamed. Going to take myself to an hour on this course this morning. Really, just out of curiosity, do you live stream any of your Zwift stuff? I've been doing it, the only reason I ask is I've been doing it for a little while, and I do find that on mornings like this, where you've set out to give yourself a beating, I do find it a bit distracting, and I wonder if that's just me. Now, yeah, fair play, Mike. I'm having second thoughts. As you can tell from the speech, I'm probably zone 3 or 4 right now. And in some ways, there's a school of thought that says your ability to talk during a workout is a better measure of intensity. Oh, Mike, yeah, for sure. I had this conversation many years ago with a riding mate about the difference between turbo and road. And the thing about indoor, I just never seem to stop, which sounds obvious, but on the road, whether you want to or not, you know, you will get breaks, junctions, stopping for something to eat, take a piss. Whereas you get on the turbo and it's always pretty intense. Do you do much turbo, Mike? Or Zwift? Now I'm just going to pick up on conversation I was having with, and forgive my poor eyesight, I think it's Rui Reves, around resistance setting. I'm a 50%er. Ah, yeah, Mike. Good trainer. Yep. Is that your first smart trainer? Because before I had the Watt bike, yeah, really, I've got a Watt bike Atom, first generation. Which, I don't know, I don't know how much difference there is between this and the next generation. I think it's all just electronics. Whereas, in my opinion, there were other things that needed addressing. So Rui, are you what bike, smart trainer? What you riding? Yeah, Mike, seriously, I went from just going to answer Mike's question. I went from a dumb trainer to a smart trainer, and it's a game changer. Yeah, Rui, I did think it was the electronics. For me, I think there's some ergonomic issues that need looking at. I don't know if it's the same on the next generation, but on these first ones, the shifter hoods actually move during a ride, and then you can't get gears. But Mike, yeah, I went from just a dumb trainer to a Tax Flow Smart. Now that was an on-wheel trainer, and so arguably not anywhere as good as the Kicker, but even that with Zwift, what an eye-opener. So Rui, yeah, the first generation watt bike has got electronic gear change. So there's a sprint here I'm not going for, by the way, because I'm now well and truly into my cool down. Yeah, it's got electronic gear change. I think oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, well that's the deal, isn't it, you know? I'm lucky having the watt bike, like you say there, Rui, that chore of swapping bikes over between trainers, or if you've only got one road bike, that gets old quickly. Oh, Mike Cavendish. How will Cav do? Well, if I'm honest, I'm not sure he's going to achieve the full objective. Rui, I'll get to that question in a minute, just answering Mike's one. I think he's, I'd love to see him do it, and I've no doubt he's got it in him. I think what's happened though is the competition and the goalposts have changed a little bit. And it's interesting to see that the team are getting behind that as their goal. So he's going to be well catered for. And the thing about Cav is, you just never know. You know, look at how he's surprised people already. Yeah, Rui, with the Watt Bike 1, I'll call it that for simplicity, with the first generation Atom, it controls resistance and the gears are electronic. I think they just got a bit more accurate and snappy on the next generation. Yeah, actually, Rui, looking at your comment there, you can actually set the first generation up like that. You can have left-hand lever to give you effectively a front mech, and you can have an 11-11 split. Ah, now that's interesting. And just a question for you, Rui. Did you have a first generation before the next generation? Because oh, right, okay. So Rui, just picking up on that. So with the next generation, is it hard-coded like a road bike? And Rui, was the upgrade worth it? Nice. Yeah, I think there's only two options with the first generation, Rui. Whereas you'd know because you've had one. But Mike, back to the CAV question. However you look at that, that's a smart bit of marketing by the team. Yeah, the Atom, I know I've got an option for basically a full 22 block or an 11-11. And Mike, yeah, I think the team know that that's good from a sponsorship point of view. Yeah, that's a fair comment, Rui. I do use the hub. I use it mainly for FTP tests and things like that. Whilst I've been stripping the fat off, though, I've been mainly on Zwift, if I'm honest. purely because I'm spending so much time on the watt bike. We don't fancy another climb. Right. I am now going to take myself into about a 5-minute recovery. Really, Mike, I've really appreciated the chat this morning. Oh, level 53. Nice. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. Shit. How's the recovery going? How long before you're fully back up to speed again? So yeah, I'm now into the. I'm gonna give myself till 110. Oh shit. Yeah, Rui, sorry to hear that, man. Well, I hope you're soon back where you need to be. Oh shit, collarbone, yeah. I've seen that happen. Mate of mine, we were out on a training ride one January, hit a patch of black ice, and he went down. Man, that really hurts. I've never seen so much, somebody in so much pain, I don't think. Geez, you could see through his jersey what he'd done. So yeah, that does take a little while to heal, that. And a rib as well. Well, all I can say, mate, rest up, fella. And I hope you are soon properly on the mend. I guess that's where having something like a watt bike is good. Yeah, man, 4 days in hospital. Is the can you feel the collarbone mending again? You got to be really careful with them. I remember my mate, 6 weeks, yeah, okay, sounds about right, yeah. My mate felt his was getting better after just a couple of weeks, and he put some weight on it one day and took himself straight back to where he was. So, you know, like you say, fella, shit happens. Yeah, well, gently does it. You know, if you think about your recovery, 6 weeks feels like an eternity when you're not riding. But, you know, over the course of a year, I guess that's the context you've got to take it in. And a good thing about a watt bike or an indoor trainer, you probably don't have to use the bars too much. So hopefully that can take a bit of pressure off the old collarbone. Clavicle, is that the medical term for it? Yeah. No, I think that's the trick. Well, guys, thank you very much for the conversation this morning. Finland, wow, chapeau. That's good miles, or good Ks. Yeah, guys, I've really appreciated the chat this morning. Hopefully this hasn't been too boring to watch. Like I say, this was possibly live streaming a threshold-ish session. Is not my bestest idea ever, but it's certainly been good talking with you guys. Yep, cool. Yeah, Mike, I should get better at planning these. I just walked down here this morning and thought I might just live stream that, try and keep myself honest a little bit. So, Rui, what temperature are we talking for you at the moment? Because I live in the UK. Yep, Rui, onward, ever onward, as they say. You know, just from a personal perspective here, I'm just loving the progress I've started to make again after 4 or 5 years in the fitness wilderness. And all I can say is, Rui, I hope those ribs and that collarbone heal quickly, mate. Oh, this is a cool down, Ian. This is a cool down. Yeah, I hope you heal quickly, fella. Oh, 5 degrees. Yeah, 5 degrees. We'd call that cold in the UK. Right, so look at that, nearly at the end of my cool down. Haven't done any cool down really. Heart rate still 148. I'm now gonna take the luxury of a slow spin through the arch. No, really, Mike, guys, it's been really good having a conversation. Like I say, I hope this hasn't been too boring to watch. And, you know, if you would like to see another one, I'll certainly plan it better. Yeah, Rui, getting my mojo back. I have since May, between dog walking, cycling, running and weight training, I train for something like 2 hours every day, and I've done that religiously. I'm using MyFitnessPal to track everything I'm eating and drinking, and more importantly, I've completely given up alcohol, which for me was a game changer. I was really drinking far too much, and it's all dead calories. Yeah, Rui, on my channel, there's already a couple of videos tracking the weight loss. So I think beginning of May I was 141.6 kilos. Not proud of that. And this morning I weighed in at 97. And so you've got to be very target focused. And certainly I know certain people who think there's something wrong with me. But I just enjoy it, you know. You go from a position where you've just been eating and drinking crap, basically, and you start eating right again. You stop drinking alcohol, and you know what? Suddenly, the kilos are coming off. You're feeling better, certainly looking better. It's easier to get a road bike up a hill. And, you know, those sorts of gains and changes, they become addictive. They become more addictive than a few beers in the evening. Wow, that's pretty good sort of height and weight ratio you've got there, Rui. I think at my last company medical, I was 186 centimeters. So, yeah, I'm just getting to the point where my wife is telling me to stop losing weight. But if you're a cyclist, you know the score. And I've certainly got a goal in 2 years' time to get myself back on a Ironman start line. Yeah, it has been a big change, Rui. But I can honestly say I really haven't felt so good in years. Right, look at this. There goes my 10-minute recovery. Right, I'm really going to wind this up, guys. It really has been good chatting with you. No shit, mean that. And some really good conversation there I've really enjoyed. Yeah, I'm not sure, Rui. I would say that the weight was holding me back personally. And I know that from where my FTP and VO2 max is at the moment. But more importantly, I take myself out every Sunday and do a regular loop of hills. And they are so much easier. Obviously, power to weight and all that going on. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I'm really going to wind this up, guys. Really have appreciated the conversation. And if you found this interesting and think I should, if I'm going to do another one, plan it better so it's a bit more visible, let me know. Look, I won't learn, will I? I'll just take my heart rate back to 143. Right, all the gears are coming off. Now you see, first generation watt bike, shifter hoods are crap. Right, okay guys, have a good Saturday. Rui, rest up, take it easy mate, and hope you're soon fully back on the bike. And I'll see you in the next one, mate.